Alright, hey, welcome back. Welcome to Deep Dive. Maybe not welcome back if you've never been before. So, just to preface, Deep Dive is essentially like this little mini series thing that I do where I just kind of talk about like a mental health topic or something like that, and hope to like share light, spread some information that helps for me, that might help for you, or just like, erase stigma, something like that. I don't know. Anyways, this particular episode is going to be on no, really though, I actually did forget. That's how bad my attention span is. This episode, oh my god. So as you may or may not know, I do have anxiety. So sometimes when I get really nervous, I can forget what was going on. But okay, I got it. So this particular episode is going to be on like a scenario thing that I run through when I get anxious about a situation, and it's called, or like maybe there's a real name for it, but what I call it is the what if scenario. So like essentially what it is like, let's say you have something to do that you're really nervous about doing, and you know how like, at least for myself, I do this thing where I just kind of like hype it up to be terrifying. So I'll give an example. Like one time my cat was going through some health issues that I wasn't really expecting, and so like I was really scared to take him back to the vet, and I was just like really dreading this day that I would have to take him back and they would have to run tests again, because I was just like, obviously there's going to be a problem. Like obviously there's going to be a problem. It's going to be an issue. It's going to be worse. I'm going to have to spend all this money. Like I would just like hype it up in my head to be like this big scary situation. Or even like recently I had this situation where I felt like I needed to stand up for myself, and like I'm not I'm not really like I feel like that's something I'm still really getting comfortable with. It's not something that comes naturally to me yet, I would say. And so I was really just like, shit, like what if it goes terrible? What if this person admits that they hate me, that they've always hated me, that, it's not working out? Like I just kind of was making this big like mountain out of a molehill, or however that saying goes, of like, this is gonna go bad. And I'm also a big believer in that like what you think becomes a reality. So lately I've started this thing instead of like, as I start spiraling and I catch myself getting to the point of like I don't even know what to do with my emotions anymore and freaking out so much, I also like, I hear this little voice inside of me of like, what if it's fine? And it's like, shit, what if it works out? What if it's good? What if everything is normal? What if there's not a problem? I mean, not to say what if it's perfect, amazing, super califragilistic, like don't go crazy there, because that's probably not gonna, be the world we live in. But like again, like it's very unrealistic that it's gonna be like this terrible, crazy, horrible thing that just falls down from the sky, like most of the time, like at least in my experience, like as I've continued living, like most of the really bad things that most of the really bad things that have happened to me have happened like in different kind of circumstances. Like it's the kinds of things that I'm worried about aren't usually the things that end up happening. So yeah, like that's a situation that, or a practice that I've started implementing into my like day-to-day when I have anxiety. And like with the cat thing I was talking about, I did end up doing that actually near the end. Like I was sitting in the car when I was waiting to go into the vet, and I had that feeling of like, yo, what if it's fine? And like, guess what? It actually was. He was fine. He had the thing before, but it turned out it was like right on the cusp of it. Like it wasn't full blown like whatever illness it was, and the previous vet just hadn't told me that. So I had been like panicking for 3 months in between blood work because they hadn't really given me like full information. And then it turned out that I guess he had just like healed himself. So I was worried for nothing. And then same with like the situation where I had to stand up for myself, it was also fine. So I'm learning for myself that like playing the tape through of like what if it's actually just normal and not that crazy and everything is actually just fine, is like a chance to give my nervous system a moment to relax and not freak out, but also usually a lot more realistic to what ends up happening. So yeah, I hope that was helpful. If it was, please please subscribe. Like I said, I post these every Friday, so I don't want you to miss anything. It's always going to be kind of like a different format, I'm hoping, so a little bit different, a little bit fresh, freaking fresh. Anyways, but yeah, like, subscribe, check out my Instagram too, because I also post on Instagram like I try to post every day, so check that out. And yeah, I have a lot of things in the works, and I'm excited to get to know you and just like we're in this together. All right, we are healing and we are getting things done, and it's inside. So all right, bye.